Howdy, partner. Howdy, partner. How do you do? It's just time for me and you to play a tune and sing a song. Maybe I'll do some tarot if we get along. Today was a weird day, but it was kind of a fun day. Things were different today, I'll let you know that. First and foremost, I went to today I went to this Quinlan Dunn Cultural Center, and I got harassed again, randomly, while minding my own business. What's new? It's kind of funny though. I'm like by myself. The only people I talk to are the cops at the frickin' place, and then I'm just kind of like dancing to the beat because they're doing hand drums. Now hand drums are, um, you like hide some sticks and then you try and make the other team guess how many sticks you have. So that's the game, and they're banging a drum. A lot of people are banging the drum, so it's just like drums. So I'm just grooving to the move and enjoying. I'm enjoying the feeling of the drums. I'm just liking the drums. So what I do then is continue to be myself and not really associate with people and stand in the very same spot and don't move around. And then some lady comes up to me. I don't think she was security. She said she was security, but some lady came up to me and she's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay. What's up?" She's like, "Are you drunk?" And I'm like, "I've been sober for 105 days." And I asked her if she was okay. I was like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "Don't even start with me." I was like, "You're the one that started with me. You came at me with that energy." She couldn't really handle it back. So I was like, "Whatever. Somebody's got a snake in her boot, I guess." And I was like, "Just let it be." But then I sent a message to somebody about it. And I was like, "All right, whatever." I just kind of brushed it off. But I could feel my heart rate elevate. And I was like, "Oh, here we go. More threats." And then I shared that with one of the officers in plain clothes. They all look like just regular people except for the earpieces and their obvious seriousness and stressed out look. So I shared it with them, and he's like, "Oh, that's kind of weird," because I'm like not doing anything. I'm not even talking to anyone. I'm just by myself. The only people I talked to was the cops, which is crazy. And then she like kind of left me be, but she was like still harassing me in the background by like talking to other people and having them watch me while I'm just standing in one spot, not really doing anything, just minding my own business, as we do. So that was the first thing. And Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister, some people call him the Crime Minister. Makes me laugh. Some people call him the Crime Minister. I didn't call him names today. I just watched. I just observed. I sat back. And I saw a lot of people trying to take pictures with this guy still. I don't really understand. The country's not doing very good. As a collective, it's just not doing very good. The country's kind of failing and imploding. So it's like, whatever. All right, this is the guy that's leading the charge. I mean, I can't complain because I voted for him because I wanted to smoke weed. That was my reasoning. I was like not clear headed. I was just a weed smoker. And he was like, "Well, we're going to give you legal weed, everybody." And I was like, "All right, this is my man." Because that's all I cared about at that time of day. I was just like really enjoying smoking weed. So I'm sober now, clear minded, and focused on different priorities in life. And this guy's been doing this job for like almost 8 years now, it seems, and he hasn't really been improving. That's just my observation. He's a very good actor, he's very good at reading a script. It's good stuff. But I don't think he's doing his job properly, except for like maybe taking good photos with people. So, I mean, if that's what you do as a prime minister, that's what you do nowadays. So that was that was like the beginning of the weirdness of the day. I went and did some drum circle observation and chit chatted with some officers and told them a little bit about my story, and then they were watching me. They were very watching me. Like I was like, for some reason, I was very popular on people's attention, and I don't know why I make people feel uncomfortable when I don't even talk to anyone. I just keep to myself. So that was that. And then Justin Trudeau left probably like 5 minutes, 10 minutes after I entered the premises. And I just stayed there for a good couple hours. I didn't take a picture with him or anything. I just stood in that one spot and listened to the drums and grooved. I was dancing. People don't like it when you dance, I guess. I don't know. I was shaking my hips, moving to the grooving. You know how it is. Maybe it's because I was wearing this do rag. I don't know. You guys prejudicing me because my do-rag. It's like a fuck, pardon my language. It's a freaking face mask thingy. I don't know. I can pull it down. I can cover my face. I can put water on this and it cools my head down. I could make it into a bandana if I really wanted to. I don't know all the capabilities of this thing, but I just wear it like this because it covers my hair. And that's what I do. I don't know. I don't know. So people had a problem with me today again for me not doing anything, which is I thought was funny. I thought that was very funny. So I just hung around, and there's a fire outside. That was nice. I got to warm up my hands. Real nice. Um, After that, I believe Justin Trudeau had vacated the premises and moved towards McBride Museum. Now, that is a museum that you have to pay to attend. It's kind of pricey, but I mean, it is a museum, so I guess it's got to generate some revenue. It's like a tourist attraction. I think if you can prove that you're a local, you would benefit from like giving them a discount or rate or something, but I don't think they do that. But I'm there. I'm at the frickin'. I'm just walking around. There's something loose in my guitar here. So I'm just walking around on the street picking up garbage. I'm just picking up garbage and like broken glass bottles on the sidewalk, and then I go into the Riverview Hotel and I put that in the garbage. I'm like, "Can I please put this in your garbage? This is dangerous. I don't want to walk around with this for too long." And she like didn't know what to do, and then she like pointed at a door and said, "Go in there, there's a garbage in there." I was like, "Thank you very much." So I threw away this broken glass bottle, walked back outside, and I see this. It's like a gathering of people. It's peaceful to some extent. I mean, they're yelling names and stuff and whatever. They're like, yeah, they're upset. There's a couple upset people today because he was there. I didn't let it really get to me because, we all die in our own time. We all have a specific date and time that has been preordained and predestined. I don't believe that we have 100% control over our fate. I believe we get to make certain choices at different points, like kind of like a video game where you get dialogue options, and that might lead you down different paths. But I think there's like predestined things that we can't really control. And it's out of our hands. So I just let it be. I went down there though. I watched. I observed. And there's officers like driving around taking pictures of all the people there to make sure that they know who's the ones that have some sort of dissenting view or opinion on them. And I'm talking to this like old lady, and she's like the most innocent looking old lady, like you wouldn't expect her to be. She doesn't look like she'd harm a fly kind of thing. And I'm chatting with her, and then I see these cops in this car that are dressed plain clothes, hiding their identities, and like filming with their cameras, their smartphones, for their databases. I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing wrong? I'm just here talking to this old lady. She wants to read to me this newspaper she's got. And then I just kind of enjoyed myself. I sang a little bit of music. I sang This Little Light of Mine. I sang Fly Like an Eagle. Um, uh, a couple protest songs. I sang like some Bob Marley, like Old Pirates, yes, they robbed I. Sang that one. And then some of the cops were like nodding at me. They're like approving of my voice. It was funny to see that. They're like, oh yeah, oh yeah. I got a couple nods. I was like, oh, this guy likes it. So I had fun today. I enjoyed it. I'm just kind of like this neutral observer. And then all these people, they had megaphones. I was louder than the megaphone. I'm louder than the megaphone. They don't need a megaphone. And they had these like compressed air cans that just like you bring them to freaking sporting events. I go beep, beep, beep. I was like, you guys should just make me laugh. I'm louder than that. And then I laughed at myself. And then it was louder than their beeper thing. So that was kind of a funny day, fun day. I'm not really upset at how it went. But I was just different, a whole change of pace. Tomorrow's going to be very busy, though. I got a lot of paperwork stuff to do and walking around, lots of errands. But that's my update for you today. I wonder what your day was like. If my day was that weird, you probably had some weirdness in your day, too. Maybe just a change of routines. But, so far so good. I'm still alive. They didn't arrest me for domestic terrorism or anything weird, even though I wasn't doing anything but singing. And then I met this corporal, Mr. Lightfoot, that's supposed to be doing investigation. And he was like, yeah, I'm going to try and catch up with you this week. And he's like, and then I explained to them my situation and how I may or may not have been human trafficked, and I'd like to have some help in the whole matter. But it is what it is. At this point, I'm still here. I got this guitar to play for you. I think I need to tune it, but I got it. So we're gonna do a little bit of music just to lighten the mood, and because it'll get later as the night goes on, and that won't be appropriate to play music too late. But just some nice soft acoustic doesn't hurt nobody. Nobody's getting hurt by me playing guitar. Yeah, there's definitely some haters out in these streets. I'll be honest, there's a couple haters out there. Whatever. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I tell them they need to hydrate, get some more haterade in them. Because they'd be dehydrated from all that hating they do. So you gotta quench that thirst. When it doesn't bug me and it doesn't affect me. Oh yeah, on the bus today I had to film somebody that called me that retarded monkey. So I'm supposed to bring that in as well. Today my day was kind of weird. I saw a man with power that no one feared, and I reflected on the snowy covered hills, and then it landslided and brought me down. I don't care to answer questions at this time. If you want me to answer a question, then give me a rhyme or send me a tip. Donate a ship and bring me away to an ocean someday. I will feel free to be me without persecution and hatred. Just like Mr. Trudeau, 'cause it would be very hard to be a man that everyone knows, but no one really loves, and it really shows. So I have empathy for the murderer and the thief, and I also have empathy for the victim who fell beneath the blade, the gun, the hate, the rape, the date that went on too late. So I can say that it's okay, that you're human and I am too. But maybe one day when the shoe fits, you won't boo another human being that's just trying their best. But are they really trying their best, or are they just putting on a nice vest? We're freestyling, so there's no copyright claims, but the tune on the guitar is not mine and won't bring me to fame, 'cause it's someone else's work, just like when I go to twerk. I don't know, man. I'm drinking green tea. Oh yeah. Oh yes. What I've learned from the ocean. Oh, I sang that song. It's hard to dance and rejoice in the motion. Let the sun have its moments. The moon will come. What I've learned from a soldier. Every man is a son to a daughter. We only remember when we see the blood. You know, my voice is a little off today, I'll be honest. I was yelling today. I was singing loud. But boy, oh boy, am I gonna be heard. This was the rune for the day. I don't know if you saw it. It's called fertility. It looks like a DNA strand, but it also looks like a Masonic symbol. Do you see that? Wow. Funky. Okay. Before I get a copyright claim on anything, I'm just gonna sing a song that's different. I enjoyed the freestyling. Today I saw maybe 300 people or more walking around like they were shipwrecked ashore in a town they knew before, with a clown who didn't close the door on a chapter before. And now when I look back and I see my crack and my faults and my wrongdoings, and I want to get on with moving forward, I'll look backwards as I'm moving forwards. I'll stumble back into the past to learn a lesson. And that lesson just might be that I need to let go and be me. That lesson just might be that money doesn't bring you happiness, that people don't always have your best interest, and where you need to invest is a vest. 'Cause when you look good, you get placed as best dressed in your yearbook, and that's really what matters, 'cause everybody judges each other based on their yearbook picture and their yearbook quote and what they did the year before. 'Cause nobody knows that we are people in the present. Everyone wants to hold a noose over their head and tie it real tight and say, I've got a present. And then they open the trap door, and it wasn't just a pheasant that got slaughtered, that got murdered. It was a dream, it was a feeling I'm on, just like a stupid song. Now it sounds like punk music. Now it sounds like I don't care. Now it sounds like I'm the one losing my hair. But in reality, I'm very sane. In reality, I just might miss Mary Jane. In reality, I need to relax and kick back. But in reality, bills linger on my back. I'm not talking about men named Bill. I'm talking about water, hydro, and electricity. And the feeling within me, I have to pay some sort of respect to the day and give it heck. I gotta fight for my right, and I gotta relax and be real nice looking in my slacks. I gotta have a good day while also being upset at all of the world's dismay. What a messed up world, they say, but it's really beautiful out today. Man, this weather's bipolar. I might just wanna go green, invest in solar. But really that doesn't work, 'cause where I live, it's a mighty jerk. The weather is cold and the sun don't shine for 8 years or 8 months round. It's cold as heck, but it's changing fast. That's why the politicians ask for their change real fast. They need a donation, they need some charity, even though they ran this country into bankruptcy. Now I'm relaxed, knowing that all my taxes are going to hacks, and all my dreams are living in shacks down by the river. So maybe this song will sing to you, maybe this song will get along with you, 'cause I know I won't, 'cause I'm not fucked up and I'm not insane. I'm just a man who was given a name. I'm not fucked up and I'm not insane. I'm just a man with a given name, but not one I take, at least not to my grave. When I sit back, man, I behave. But when I stand up and I act real tough, I know that it's gonna come and hit me right in the butt. 'Cause they don't want you tall and proud. They want you short, stout, and loud inside a cubicle, yelling at a TV or a computer and not outside and stuff. 'Cause the sun is good for you. Oh, just reading the comment. And don't take this to heart. It's like a fart. It's just what's natural and comes out from the start. It wasn't a choice. It's a word that came out from my voice and I made it up on the spot. It's called making it up. We're having fun, don't you think we've just begun? 'Cause it's just starting now. Now and now, 'cause we're in the present somehow. There's not a past, there's not a future that will last. 'Cause in the day, we may say, what a disarray. My mind is like a stack of hay, and I can't find the needle in the bay. Or it's great. I'm having a wonderful, wonderful day. I paid my bills and I slaved real hard for another person's dream. Or I say, I don't give a beep today. And I'm gonna stand up real proud and shout, shout real loud to the sun, my friend, to the moon, my lover, to the earth, my mother, to the Father in heaven. They say he watches you every day, kinda like Santa, but less gay. Oh no, he said the word gay. Let's kill him, 'cause everyone's going to fulfill the hymn. I don't know, yeah, we're running out. Okay, but let's keep going. Oh, Luke McMurray makes me think of a McDonald's flurry, where you got the Oreo and everyone's going to your show. Now that's a day I can get behind, but Monica Aria would like me to remind her that she asked a question and then retracted her question. So there's 2 comments that won't show up when this live video is up on the internet for later viewing pleasure. Now it's been about 20 minutes or so of me just going on, and oh, I'm a little tired of this blow. So I'll go to the hills and I may just grab a friend and say, let's hit the powder. It's really fine and really fresh. I got it from Mexico and man, let's sesh tonight. But then what will you say? You'll ask, what's it cut with? Can you answer my question? Nice. Reading the comments there. Sorry for the interruption, man. I'm gonna have a sip of tea, 'cause everyone's coming at me, and not in a funny or kind of sexual way. It's actually aggressive. So please back up and give me my space. I didn't want to talk to you or even look at your face. So why are you up, all up in my business? Man, I can't even work. What is this mess? Best dressed, I made it through the test, and now everyone is at my behest. That's a word. It is a word. Let's get some egg shaker fever up in this mug. Best behavior. Nice. I don't think this one works with that. We're gonna freestyle to a little Man in the Mirror. I'm gonna make a change, but not for once in my life. I've made mistakes, but never done it twice. There was a man I know, he was fair and white like snow. Maybe he was just dead, 'cause I saw him on the side of the street with not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind and not call 911? He's smelling kind of foul. Man, Man, he looks like he ate out of a trowel. I don't know. I'm running out of words for foul. Rowel? Rowel? I don't know. Alright. Maybe enough of the goofing around. You might just say I'm a politician playing this guitar and not really doing anything for your country. Or maybe I'm a president. Maybe I'm really haven't yet thought about all the ways I can help my people. Maybe I'm a president and I just want to be present in the moment that will become, where everyone looks to me and I get to be the big bee in the honey tree, sitting on a sofa seat. Man, it's good, it's cushy, it's the kind of life. It's the kind of life that I wanna have with my wife, where we just sit on our laurels all day. And we make money off the people, we make money on the steeple, we make money, but we don't even help the people. It's crazy. All right, change the topic, Brian. It's a little weird. Maybe I need more tea. I'm a little tired. Not a lot tired, just a little tired. Maybe I'm not ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be busy. Like that one. Sometimes you just need to feel some relief, comic or sexual. Comedic or sexual. Sometimes yeah, whatever. Had really nice Indian food tonight. That was good. Amrati? Amrati. It was like a curry. Imagine a world where we didn't value plastic or paper currency. Imagine a world with no digital aspect, no third eye brother sitting in my pocket. Imagine a world where we aren't fighting with our brothers, laughing at our mothers, and crying to sleep. Imagine a world where we feel no grief and no sorrow, just a man who needs to borrow your smile and help him out around his garden so he can give you his hardened work and vegetables. Man, that'd be cool if we didn't have to go to school and waste 12 years of our life being conditioned. Conditioned for what? Conditioned for who? Not the conditioner that goes with your shampoo, but more like brain washing of the brain, but not the stuff that makes you feel clean. More like clutter and the flutter of your thoughts that don't make it to be enough of an idea, but rather a failed attempt at being clever when you were light as a feather, 'cause you were high as a kite. Man, it's great to be sober every once in a while like a dober. Man, I'm feeling like a homer, 'cause all I do is try so hard, but it feels like my life is being aired on prime television, and there's 1,000 people watching me every single day, and none of them actually care about what I say. But then when I say something that goes against their beliefs or their dream that's been implanted since they were 16, they get mad. But that's not my fault. So I'll imagine a world without fault. Without a malt? I don't know. Yeah. We are going to get to tarot. There's going to be a portion of this video where it is tarot. If you're still watching this video, props to you, because this is just pure, uninebriated, unrestricted thought process and words. And just words. And just, it doesn't have to mean anything. It doesn't have to be serious. It doesn't have to be, whoa, next level. This is just entertainment, everybody. If you don't like it, if you're not entertained, we might have different tastes. I mean, I'd be laughing if I listened to this. But then at certain points, I'd be like, okay, that didn't rhyme. And then I'd be like, I'm out of here. So I get it. If you want to leave, leave. If you want to stay, stay. Tarot. Tarot, tear a hole in my pie. Oh, tarot, tear a hole in my pie. I don't know what to say, I just might cry. I don't know what to say, except I don't want to die. Don't put me away for having an independent thought. Don't lock me away for being a man without a cot. Don't put me away for being a lover for you. Don't be rude like a left shoe on a right foot, with no clue, like a man without a brew. He's inebriated, drunken, serrated, like an edge of a knife that didn't make it to the place where you need to cut something. It fell on the floor, and now it's scuffed up or something. But yes, tarot can be full of tricksters. I said tarot might just be mentally ill hipsters. I said tarot might be people abusing people. And I said tarot can be used as a form or an instrument of dark magic. Dark magic, the kind you don't see kind forms a habit. So I say to you, be careful who you listen to. 'Cause not every tarot reader has a heart and feelings too. So I say, careful who you listen to. 'Cause not every reader can heal and see through the lies, the hate. Sometimes they spew and regurgitate. So be careful who you listen to. But I'm not telling you what to do. Just be you. I'm not telling you what to do. Just be you. I'm not telling you what to do. Doesn't that sound contradictory? Doesn't sound contradictory. Doesn't it sound like an empty pantry? A kind of date that you don't fancy? Is it something that you can get along with? Or just a man that you listen to? Is it something you can get along with? Or just a man that you say yes, to shoo them away 'cause you don't actually care and have energy to say what you really want to say? Or you avoid conflict and you just may actually increase it by trying to repel me? Who's gonna love me on a day that's made for people who want to commercialize love? Who's gonna love me on Valentine's Day when everybody wants a chocolate party, when everyone wants to feel like the center of attention? Who's gonna love me? That's in reply to your comment there, Luke McMurray. It says, who's gonna love me for Valentine's Day? I hope you were gonna love you for Valentine's Day. Wouldn't that be nice? If I could just love myself. Wouldn't it be nice if everyone would seek health? Alright, that's probably enough. It's like past 10 o'clock in this house, and that's kind of quiet hours. Just pure randomness. Pure spontaneity. Pure blah 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 blah. Doesn't even matter. But some of it probably is cool, and I'll try and listen to this later. I might just forget about it. Sometimes I write songs and they're great, and I'm just like, oh, cool. Then I forget about it, and it's lost to the ethers. But, you know, it's like a gift to God. Thank you, God, for giving me such a creative, random brain. Luke McMurray, if you'd like a private reading, I recommend that you book a private reading. We're just going to pull a rune. It's joy. Joy. I think I pulled it in the reverse, though. So I'm going to read both, and then you make up your mind. Are you feeling joyful, or are you feeling sadness? Joy. In page 115. Are you actually happy? That's my question, I guess. When I see this rune, my question is, are you actually happy? Or are you pretending to be happy? Are you only happy when people think you're happy? Or are you actually genuinely happy? Now this says, Wunjo. The rune is Wunjo. Wunjo. I do believe I pulled it in the reverse, though. It says joy and light. This rune is a fruit-bearing branch. The term of travail is ended. The term of work, basically. Travail is French, but it's written in there. I don't know why they did that. The term of travail is ended, so your period of work is ended, and you have come to yourself in some regard. The shift that was due has occurred. Now you can freely receive joy's blessings, or Wunjo's blessings, whether heightened sense of your own well-being, whether they be in material gain, in your emotional life, or in a heightened sense of your own well-being. This is an alchemical moment in which understanding is transmuted from knowledge. The knowledge itself was a necessary but not sufficient condition. Now you can rejoice, having been carried across the gap by the will of heaven. Joyousness accompanies new energy, energy blocked before now. Light pierces the clouds and touches the waters, just as something lovely emerges from the depths. The soul is illuminated from within. At the meeting place of heaven and earth, the meeting of the waters, there is a new clarity which may call for you to renounce existing plans, ambitions, or goals. It is proper and timely for you to do so. For Wonjo is a rune of restoration of the the higher self properly aligned with the lower self, or vice versa. In the reverse, which is how I pulled it, it says, things are slow in coming to fruition. And we are at the end of winter. The process of birth is long and arduous, and fears arise for the safety of the child within. A crisis, a difficult passage, even if brief, is at hand. Consideration and deliberation are called for. Ask yourself whether you possess the virtues of seriousness, sincerity, and emptiness. To possess them is to have tranquility, which is the ground for patience, clarity, and perseverance. Seen in its true light, everything is a test. And so, focused in the present, sincere toward others, and trusting in yourself, know that you cannot fail. In times of crisis, Wunjo reversed is a useful mediation. Beautiful. That's the rune. Now we're going to pull some cards. Let's do it. This is just whatever comes out. I don't have an intention except for understanding, emptiness, releasing, letting go, and accepting. What do we need to know? Seeing the devil, or seeing the priestess, the high priestess. You may be tapping into your lower energies, getting in tune with mastering some of your sexual energies. Maybe that's something that you would benefit from. Maybe abstaining from sex and mastering your sexual power and just watching things become attracted to you. And then causing a death to those old negative karmic cycles with the death and the devil. What do we need to know? What does this collective need to know? Thanks for bearing with me during that session, whatever that was. That was like my own little therapy. That's what I'd say. The Chariot. To the death. You're moving forward. There's forward momentum coming. Where are you facing? Where is your chariot heading to? I see the chariot again. Failure in reverse. 7 of discs. So you're moving away from failure. Moving away from things that didn't work in the past. That's a smart move. The Lovers. Looks like you're moving towards a union, which is your victory after these failures. Maybe you had to learn some lessons so that you could actually handle this relationship that's going to be a blessing. Because I'm seeing the Queen of Wands. This is passionate, fiery energy. Somebody loves you. Somebody loves you passionately. This could be an explosive meeting. The Priestess, they like your intuition. They're very fancying you. They are very fancying you and your intuitive capabilities. How you seem mysterious. The Sun, they see you as a shining bright light. Someone that can offer them warmth and comfort when they're feeling in reverse. When they're not feeling quite themselves, you are what they look to as a guiding light, the Sun. They see that you've renounced your negative ways. They might be themselves renouncing some of their old negative ways or any binding contracts they may have been intertwined in. The Empress, you're loving, you're abundant. They actually might be almost obsessed with you, with your energy. because you are so vibrant and radiating. Now, a relationship with you wouldn't be futile. I'm seeing that. They see that you would be a successful relationship or a successful partner. They see your successes. They see how you've overcome failures in the past. They also see that you have had some heartbreaks with the Lovers in reverse. They've seen that you've had difficulty in previous relationships, and they don't want you to feel bound to those old ways. Because with the Moon here, they're feeling very fertile. They want to have a successful harvest with you. I'm seeing they want to also let this be known. They want this to come out of the dark. They may want to take you out under the moonlight. Chariot in reverse. Now, things might seem a little slow right now because there's still some sort of devil hanging over the situation. The devil card keeps coming out. Things might be slow on their end, but also the Emperor here. As you step into your masculine energy, you're going to encourage them to step away from their negative attachments. And then you're going to have this Ten of Cups moment. You're going to be satisfied. And then once you're satisfied, you can drop that harsh masculine, very aggressive, dominant energy and become a little bit more receptive. Okay, now we're going to actually just do a little read here. That was a reading, but that was just me looking at the cards as they get shuffled and cut in half. We're going to do the magic of threes. I'm feeling it today. Magic of threes. So 1, 2, 3. We're going to do all in the upright because I don't feel like doing any dang reversals today. It's just how I'm feeling. I don't want to be dealing with no reversal energies right now. 2, 3. Yeah. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. They all came out in the reverse, which is funny. So when I pulled them, it was the Fool in reverse, Princess of Swords in reverse, and the Ace of Swords. But I said no. I said no to that. And my hands smell like East Indian food. Smell like Punjabi curry. It's weird. Every time I go to pull a card and look at it, I'm getting a whiff of the food that I ate at the Sikh temple. It's wonderful. It's only on one hand. It's very pungent. It's funny. Okay, let's get to this reading. The Fool. A brand new journey. An adventure. It might be perilous. It might be dangerous. But you are one that works with the elements. You're not quite the magician, but you're in the beginning phases of mastering all of the elements. So you're not afraid, but rather excited and encouraged at the chance of growth, at a chance at peace, at a chance at wealth, at a chance at staring death in the face. You look towards shedding skins, going into a cocoon phase and blossoming out from there, evolving. There is a cycle that you have witnessed or been a part of that has brought in you a certain amount of knowledge and faith. Now, this faith is allowing you to, I see, slip into a new stream. This faith that you have produced or has been produced inside of you through your experiences in the past is now offering you the ability to move forward with a strong solar energy, a very strong solar plexus and sacral energy, where you might seem fearless, like a tiger. You might seem to others as peaceful as a dove, but also as beautiful as a butterfly, and ancient like a crocodile. It's just an intuitive reading. Here we go. Now, the Fool is the 0 card. 0 is not a beginning, but not an end. 0 is the all and nothing. 0 is the beginning touching the end. 0 is the infinite cycle and the loop of time as it swirls and dances around. 0 is wholeness, but being empty. 0 is an answer without an equation. You are physically capable, and in body and spirit, you are capable to handle this new journey. What this journey is going to require of you moving forward is clear, concise communication and a willingness to receive and to put down your sword against others wanting to communicate with you as well. You may require a more feminine touch to your communication, which would be more receptive. I'm seeing listening more, maybe beneficial. Saying less, listening more. And with the Ace of Swords, the reading goes 0 with the Fool to the Princess of Swords, which is no number, to the 1. Okay? I'm also seeing with that 1 and 0, that is a feminine on the left and a masculine on the right. Because 1 is a phallus, it's a digit. A 1 can enter the 0. A 0 cannot enter the 1. Now with the Ace of Swords, I'm seeing that you are speaking your truth. And you're holding it high above. And you may be receiving divine communication from a light being, spirit. You may just be quite tapped in. Now this could be part of your mission in life, is to be someone that defends and upholds the truth. But it's going to require you to accept other people's truths as well. Whether it is the truth or not, it is their truth. Now, I'm seeing also dissection. I'm seeing holding the blade like this. You may be carving or cutting out what is the truth and what isn't the truth. You're also ascending. You taking this leap and journey of the Fool, moving forward without fear, but more of an excitement, is going to present to you an opportunity for you to softly be heard. You won't have to yell as much. You won't have to scream and shout. You're going to be able to put your sword down and be less defensive. But you're also going to still require standing up for yourself in the same aspect. And the truth is going to emanate from you. The truth is going to vibrate. It's going to be very clear. It's going to be bright. It's going to shine the light in the darkness for others. Oh. Yeah, this is spam here. We're just going to remove that right away. Report. Pardon me. Hate speech, no unwanted content or spam. Report. Hide user on my channel. Comments they leave will be visible only to them. So they can talk to themselves. Okay. That's hilarious. Thank you for watching the video. Now, let's pull a couple clarifying cards for the Fool. Obviously, there's a fool in my chats and my comments that's been observing and watching me, and is foolish enough to keep posting and making fake accounts. Because everything is trackable and traceable on this military technology that we're using, called the internet. No matter how much you try and hide, how much you try and spread your ping, you still require making an email address. And you still require certain information to create all these accounts that will lead you to be found. Wonderful stuff. It's crazy, this technology. Why do you think they would give us internet for free if they didn't want us to have it? Strength, the Hangman reverse, coming out of your head, finding that strength. Whether this was meditation and self-reflection that you went into in order to gain the strength, or you're letting go of the old way of hanging about and moving forward strong. Woo. Okay, we're going to see if a card just flies out for this Fool. Anything? If you don't got haters, you're not doing something right. I'm hearing that. If you don't got haters, you're not doing something right. You were... Oh, there it is. Oh my goodness. The Fool is clarified by, and we're taking it in reverse because that's how I'm doing it now. I don't care. Interference. In reverse. So blocking any interference. Moving forward. Yes. They're very... Luke McMurray is correct yet again in the comments there. We got that notorious copycat striking these channels, just hitting hard with all these copy and pasted comments that really just seem to just dampen my mood. Okay, so with the Fool, clarified by interference in reverse, the thing I'm seeing right away is this is the 8 card. That is 2 circles. That is 2 zeros. That is yin and yang, infinite. And we were talking about that with the Fool. See, the Fool is the 0 card. See that? 0, 0. So you are letting go of any interference energies. Interferences are going to be dropped. If anyone tries to come at you with this energy, you're just going to act like a fool. I'm seeing that as well. You'll just play the part of a fool. Play stupid, you know? Keep it simple. Stupid. Or keep it stupid simple. However you want to phrase it. I'm seeing that if anyone comes up to you and tries to put their sword to you, tries to communicate with you, or tries to interfere in any which way, I'm seeing you're just going to play the fool. And then they'll realize that they're the fool, hopefully, or they'll think that you're a fool and then walk away. Either way, you're not dealing with them. I'm also seeing you don't have time for actual fools. So you're going to interfere. You're going to cut them off. You're just going to cut it off right away. So, now with the Princess of Swords, let's get a card for that. It's kind of a fun reading. Just shuffle the deck, see what comes out. Just letting spirit speak, you know? And the cards, obviously the cards are speaking. Did a little therapy session with y'all at the beginning of the video. Did some music. Music therapy's great. And then, of course, can't get enough of that haterade. You know, I was getting a little thirsty. I was waiting. I was like, man, they've been leaving me alone for too long. Where's the person that wants to bug me? I miss them. Oh, I missed them. So let's go. What do we need to know for this? Princess of Swords. Anything coming to mind? One card, please. One card. That's all we need. Just one card. Any day. Any day now. It will come. Excuse me. Just turn around. Just look the other way. That's what I see you doing. Okay. What is this Princess of Swords? This is taking some time. So I'm seeing communication might be coming in very slowly. As you begin this new journey, you might be waiting for communication or expecting communication. I'm also seeing kind of a defensive stance. So you might be expecting some sort of negative communication potentially as you move forward. But what's going to be coming towards you is the truth. It's just the truth. Now, this is going to help you restore your crown, but it also might be hard to hear. Seeing that the sword piercing the crown there, it's going to be illuminating, but you know it might be hard to take at first. And that's a possibility that you may feel slightly defensive as you move forward in this new journey, anticipating maybe some sort of negative communications. But really, it's just the truth. It's all about your perspective, how you see it, how you take it. Right? Oh my goodness, what is this Princess of Swords? I'm just gonna shuffle one time here and see if that helps, because this is funky as a monkey. Doesn't make any sense. It's not coming out. One shuffle, let's see. What does that do? Does it help? Does it make them a little slipperier? One card, maybe I just gotta get more random sporadic, just start throwing these cards. Come on now. Who do you think you card? Ha. That's it. That's the one. This one. It's in reverse. It's gain in reverse. Now I'm seeing with the Princess of Swords, as you move forward in this new journey, you might not feel like you have all the finances that you want, but obviously you're the Fool. The Fool carries very, very little with them as they move forward. They don't need much. They're just working with the elements provided. So you might start this journey slightly defensive, maybe holding up your sword, but also putting it down to some. It's just kind of an interesting artwork, right? There you go. This is the Thoth. Aleister Crowley's tarot deck. Now, the Princess of Swords, I could pull from the book and just get like the logical, what does it actually mean? And then see if that helps. Knight of Wands, Swords, Queen. The earthy part of air. A young woman stern and revengeful, with destructive logic, firm and aggressive, skilled in practical affairs, cunning, frivolous, and manipulative. So as you move forward, that's not what I anticipated. As you move forward in this fool-like energy, cutting off any interference, you might have to be aggressive. You may have to cut some stuff off. Even things that maybe, I'm seeing things that might be draining your finances, you're going to have to put an end to that as well, with the gain in reverse. If you stay in that energy, though, I'm seeing that you will not produce money. So it might be necessary for a period of time, but if you remain in this like kind of brutal energy, aggressive energy, it could interrupt your, oh, that was quick, could interrupt your finances. Or this was someone to you. As you were moving forward in your fool-like energy, there was an aggressive feminine energy. That could have been a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius that was trying to cause some sort of destruction to your finances and pentacles. They could have been saying things that weren't upright, maybe negative, maybe lies. Oh, jaw cracked. Now, with the Ace of Swords, obviously the truth will prevail, right? Eventually the truth comes out no matter what. You know, you can go around and pretend to run a country for so long and then get away with murder and get away with crime. But eventually the truth comes out, and then you're held to the truth. Now, you could also have been people saying things negative about you, but eventually the truth will come out. And this, I'm seeing, is going to put an end to the devil energy. The sort of negative, heavy, dark energy that may have been overly sexual, someone that was lusting over you, and maybe you denied them, maybe you spoke the truth to them and said, I don't want to partake in you. And that is, it's freeing you. The truth is going to set you free, obviously. Okay. Any last cards that we should know? Any last messages? What do we need to know? I'm going to cut this video short pretty quick here. Just a little tarot read. We did a rune. And, yeah. The Hangman in reverse came out again. So I talked about that earlier. You're going to want to get out of your head. You've done a lot of thinking. You've already done a lot of thinking. How much more can you think about the same thing? Is it going to give you a different result? Maybe thinking about it differently. I'm seeing that as well with the Hangman in reverse. Just a slight change of perspective might help you move forward out of your head. Hey, buddy. Don't drop all your cards. We're not going to take them because I fell down. There's Ace of Discs and Lust. I'm seeing, yeah, you may have fallen in the past due to some lustful energies. Oh, nice. Okay, I'm just going to take a picture of this because this might be relevant. And technically they're breaking YouTube policy here. And this might actually be a part of a larger case that I'm developing. So, yeah. I think they should understand by now that their comments cannot be seen. But they're still commenting negative things. And no, you cannot have a general love reading unless you email me and pay me ahead of time. Jorah, thanks for messaging. Thanks for commenting, Jorah. You will not get a general love reading until you book an appointment. That's how it goes. It's very simple. The information for that is in the description box. If you'd like to email me, I can show you step by step on how to fulfill payment. And once you've paid, then you can have a general love reading. There are no refunds. There is no refund for this service. Take it or leave it. Thank you very much. Now, any more messages? Yeah, it makes me laugh though. De, me say 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 de. Daylight come and me one go home. If you'd like to know how much my services cost, email me and we'll go from there. If you want a private reading, you can send a message. Daylight come and me one go home. Day, me say 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 day. Daylight come and me one go home. Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Yeah, funny day today. Any last messages? That one wanted to come out. I'm gonna look at it, but it didn't quite make it. Ooh, the mage in reverse. So we would have had the hanging man and the mage in reverse. Maybe I need to shuffle this just one more time. So again, with the hanging man in reverse, you've been hung up for some time. I'm seeing that you might just be forcefully thrown back out into the world. Like if you're in your house or doing something, you're just gonna have this time and period where you're, you know how parents, like bird parents, let's talk about birds for a second. You know how birds kind of have to push their babies out of the nest eventually? You know, the bird is scared. Maybe you've been scared of taking that flight. It is a little bit frightful to just take that big leap. But eventually, if you don't take that jump, you're going to be pushed. I'm seeing that as well. So if you just remain in this hanged man, thinking hard all day, every day, you're going to be pushed into action. I'm seeing that as well. Hearing that as well. Let's go. A couple more cards here for the end of the reading. And then we'll pull a couple oracle cards. Why not? Excuse me. It's that good Indian food I had. That Punjabi Sikh food. Oh, yeah. It was a nice day at the temple. I got to play Monster Cars. I got to play cars with one of the kids there. He was funny. His name means King of Kings. Very cool. Very cool. And surprisingly, not as loud as I expected. If there's more kids in the place, he probably would have been louder, but he was doing pretty good. It's hard to be a kid and hold your attention span on one thing when you're supposed to be learning 1,000 things a minute. But it was good. It's all on camera, too. It's funny. I like to go to places with cameras. That's what I like to do. I hang around cameras just for accountability purposes. But imagine, like I said in the songs earlier, imagine a world where brothers and sisters weren't fighting each other. Imagine that. Imagine a world without haters. Could you imagine that? A world without somebody wasting their energy with hatred? And it's funny. What you put out, you get back. It's the law. It's the law out here. What you put out, you will get back. Oh, that's it. Been waiting for you. Luxury is coming towards you. And then, of course, somebody retracts. Jorah, you retracted your comments. I'm glad to see that you're just another time waster. Thank you very much. Okay. Hangman in reverse to luxury. You're going to be dropped. Seeing that, you're going to be dropped or placed into a position that is luxurious. This is what people see of you as well. They see the luxury emanating off you. You're like, the word I'm hearing is effervescent. You know, I don't actually know the full description of that, but I'm hearing the word effervescent. Define effervescent. Oh, it says it's an adjective, and of a liquid, when it's describing a liquid, giving off bubbles or fizzy. But it also means vivacious and enthusiastic. That's very nice. Effervescent. So like youthful energy. That's what people see from you. They see that you have a lot on your mind, but what they see on you is luxury. Like they see luxury around you, in you, coming towards you. You might not see this just yet. You might not know what you're actually getting into just yet. This might be a surprise. This is potentially what you're going to be pushed towards. And there's also the Ankh here. There's something to do about your ancestral roots. You might have been predestined. You may be of the lineage of, I don't want to say it, but you see how the man's hung there and nailed? Kind of like he was nailed to a cross. You may be of the descent of royalty. And because of this, you're inheriting luxury. And luxury is now over top of this gain in reverse. It could be that in the past, somebody, because they were attacking your finances so adamantly, they are now being attached to the energy that they were trying to place you in. They could have put you in a hangman position. They could have hung you upside down. They could have sacrificed you. That's what I'm seeing. But because you're the fool and you've actually seen what they did, not as a negative thing, but as a positive, and you cut the interferences that they were placing in front of you, they now have to defend themselves. I'm seeing this feminine energy. Now, it could be a masculine presenting feminine, but I'm seeing it was primarily females. Could have been a feminine, immature, just an immature, not a woman, but a girl. Someone was attacking your finances, but because they were attacking your finances, they now have to defend against the judgment that they tried to place against you, and it looks like they might be put on blast. They might be put on blast pretty quick. While you are then, because you've been stuck in this hangman, you're like, what the heck's going on? Why is there so much interference? I'm just fooling. Like, I'm being a fool. I'm just walking forwards and trying to make things happen. You were speaking your truth. And all the while, you were cutting off people that were actually trying to attach you to negative contracts or karma. It's all going exactly how it's supposed to be. You just might not be able to see it yet, because if you saw what was coming towards you, you might interrupt it. You might be your own interruption or interference if you knew what was coming. But because you're in the fool mode, you're going to be let go by universe. The universe is just going to pick you up and drop you right into luxury. Okay, I see how it is. You've been good. You've been doing good. And for those of you that are listening that were attached to the energy of trying to hinder someone else's money, pay attention. Class is in session. Class is in session. Sean Connery. Class is in session. Okay, you're going to get schooled. That's what I'm hearing. Anyone that is trying to affect other people's finances, even a homeless person on the street, if you're upset and jealous about homeless people making money, it's affecting your flow. It's affecting your income because they're a reflection of you. Just because they're not putting in the work like you or don't have the same motivation and drive as you doesn't mean what they're doing is wrong. Okay? That might be their path in life. There always requires a beggar. There's always a beggar. I've never seen a world without poverty that I know of. Now, maybe that's because we can't imagine it yet. Maybe you're the one to change that. I don't know. But what I'm telling you, and if you want to listen, is that if you continue to affect someone else's finances, you are going to have to defend yourself from an unstable position against everything that you put towards someone that was stable. Now you see how with the fool having their legs crossed out, shoulder width apart, and their arms spaced out like that, that's a very good position if you were to be in a stance. And then you see in the hangman, even with that, somebody tried to affect your stance. Somebody tried to nail you in an awkward position. Maybe they framed you in an awkward position. I'm seeing that as well, because they nailed you. You nail a frame to the wall. They could have framed you in an awkward position. But now they're going to be placed up against what looks like a throne that is shattered. they're going to be trying to stand on clouds because that's all they were doing was blowing smoke out their butt. And they're going to deal with this financial gain in reverse. Wow. What a doozy that's going to be. Imagine trying to be grounded and stable, even though this says it's the earthy energy of on such a high pedestal, thinking that you're better than someone. No. Money doesn't make you better than another person, but it sure helps. But what I'm seeing is you're going to be dropped from this position of being hung up if you're in the positive side of things. And I'm not speaking to any haters or trolls as if you're positive. If you're hating on someone, you're hating on someone. Hate is hate. Love is love. So, what I'm seeing is if you were in the good light, if you stood in that good, bright, white light, oh my goodness, you are going to avoid sorrow. Sorrow fell to the ground. As I'm speaking that, it fell to the ground. You are dropping sorrow. You are rising above it. You are ascending. So we're not going to take this because it fell on the ground. But this is the card for all those people that tried to put you in the ground. That's what I'm hearing as well. Sorrow. They are sorrowful because they weren't successful. No matter how many fake accounts, no matter how many lies they tried to say, no matter how much they tried to frame you in a negative light, your truth, your Ace of Swords, is so impactful it pierces to the heavens. Your truth reigns supreme. Your truth put an end to the devil. The devil is in reverse. Your truth is now sealing their soul contracts that I'm hearing with the devil. So because you stood in your truth, your light, and you took the blows, and you were just kind of maybe confused, I'd assume you'd be slightly confused because they're trying to put you in confusion. They're trying to interfere with your business, with your life. Maybe they tried to kill you. You were just a little bit like hung up on that. Maybe you were hanging on those feelings for some time. Yeah, okay, I understand that. That's fair. It could be hard to get over those emotions, those feelings. Yeah, that's very. But you've been so hung up, you don't even see the justice that's coming towards you. You've just been moving forward as best as you can while dealing with interference. But I'm seeing stability, luxury, finances, wealth, but emotionally being satisfied more than the finances. Like you're going to have enough financially, 100%. If you're in the light, if you're good, not to those haters out there, but if you're in the good light, being good to people, having enough emotion and love to share with others, you're going to benefit from that because that's what you're putting out. Imagine trying to grow a plant and every day you're cursing your own plant. It's not going to do well. But now imagine that you every day are the plant and you're able to empower yourself while others are trying to curse you. Do you think if you were giving oxygen to those around you, you would continue to give oxygen eventually to the ones that are trying to kill you? Probably you're going to navigate away from that and you're just going to find yourself in a better environment. Now, you're not doing this maliciously. I'm hearing that you're just moving for a better place for you. But those that were feeding on your energy and trying to suffocate you are now going to be without air. Those that were interfering with your business are making their environment around them not conducive for business. Because where attention goes, energy flows. If they're focusing on your finances going wrong, but your finances are just fine and you're stable, you know how insane these people are going to get? You know how insane some of these people are going to get? They're going to be right full of mental illness. All those people that came at you negatively. That's insane. They're insane. No, they're not actually in sanity, though. They're insane. They're not within sanity. They don't have a sound mind because that's not good reasoning. They probably don't have a good reason to even hate on you, except for jealousy and envy and maybe being lied to by the devil. But you are the truth. You stand in the truth. You act upon truth. You may have lied like a human will lie But sometimes there's white lies. You ever heard of that? A white lie, a little white lie. You think you're going to tell your kid all the evils of the world before they grow up? Or are you going to tell them little white lies? You might hide it too as well. But I'm seeing the truth that is within you and comes out of you is not able to be hidden. And it's shining so bright that those that have negative attachments, even those that were feeling lustful towards you, can't approach you. They can't come near you because you're burning them, because you're so hot. You see those bugs that get attracted to the light, but then they touch the light and then they... That's what's happening to them. It's not a good day for these people. That's what I'm hearing. Oh, Hierophant. You, finally, I'm hearing, have understood your calling. You have stepped into your light and your power, and it's bringing change. It goes from the 4 card to the 5. Now this was 12. This is the 12 card with the Hanging Man in reverse. So 12 is 1 plus 2 is 3. So this is technically a 3 as well. This is the 4. And this is 5. V for victory, I'm seeing as well. V for victory. It's 5 in the Roman numericals. Taurus energy. And we go from luxury to the Hierophant. So you're going to be seen in such a positive light. Your voice is going to be heard across nations, I'm hearing. You are going to be the voice of the nations. And you see that Egyptian lady holding a staff? That looks like a microphone to me. You see that star? The child within you is a star. And you've embraced your child within. You've loved yourself. You don't care about, you see this mask up here? You don't care about these people wearing masks trying to hide their identity and sticking out their tongue at you and mocking you. Look how calm you've closed your eyes. You've looked within. As above, so below. And you see the Trinity. He's holding a Trinity staff. Now, this is the luxury. This is where this is either you now in the present or very soon to be coming into this luxury. Shows cups are overflowing. They're very stable. 4 is a very stable number. You can also see what looks to be like an infinite sign down there as well. This is going to be flowing infinitely within you. You've tapped into your abundance internally. You're also going to be dropped into this position. I'm seeing the waters here. You're going to be like dropped into the waters. You might be taking a dip into new waters. It's going to be very good for you though. I'm also seeing like a 5-leaf clover behind this gentleman's head. You've been lucky. Like what they tried to do to you would have, if you weren't this character, if you weren't the fool, you would have never become the Hierophant. If you weren't the fool, if you weren't open to the idea of change and you resisted and you held on and you let the interferences bug you, you would have had to defend yourself against this lack of money. But because you were the fool and you went into Hangman and now you're being brought out and brought upwards, like in the Hangman, he's down below. So his head was below. You weren't thinking clearly. You felt hung up. But now it's reversed. It's almost like a hallelujah. You still might be needing to stretch or do some yoga or connect a little bit more grounded in the past here. This is past energy. This was you in the past. So you could have felt still a little bit hung up, a little bit confused. You might have been thinking about the snakes. You see a snake up top there. You might have been thinking about the snakes a little too much. But you're about to be dropped in the water. I'm seeing this as a very bright day. Like if you look at the bottom of this by the Ankh, that's either splashing into the water and making ripples, or it's the sun shining on you. Either way, it looks very good for you if you're in the positive energy. If you're not in the positive energy, I would say immediately stop harassing and harming other people. Ask for forgiveness and repentance. Get on your hands and knees and cry and beg God for mercy. It's too late to apologize to whoever you were harming. It's good to tell the truth. Maybe telling the truth is going to save you. At this point, it might reduce your sentence. whether that is a physical sentence or a spiritual. Okay, there's judgment being made here against a feminine energy who is immature and tried to sabotage your finances. So check yourself before you wreck yourself is what I'm hearing as well. Check your privilege. Just because you're a woman doesn't mean you're innocent. Just because you're a man doesn't mean you're innocent. But I'm seeing the woman here. This may have been a female, and I'm talking now to the Princess of Swords. You may have been, not you actually as a good reader, but the hater, let's say. You may have thought that you were above the law. You may have thought that you could lie and slander and harm somebody, and because you were a female, you would be presumed innocent. But it has been shown that you are either making unlawful money with the gain in reverse, and you're going to be brought to justice, and the truth is going to be laid out, and it's going to show that you were a devil, or you're going to have to defend yourself against the energy that you put out in a negative way to try and affect someone's finances. And you're not going to be in the position of stability embracing it. You're going to be defensive against it, and it's going to cause a massive awakening, a dark night of the soul. With luxury, I'm saying if you are in the light and you are positive, you're going to be dropped into this luxury. You're going to be sitting good, sitting pretty, I'm hearing as well. You're going to be, it's not 100% calm waters, but these waters are flowing, let's say, and it's going to be increasing. You're going to be moving towards a very grounded, solid earth energy as a Hierophant. People see you as a spiritual leader, a guru, someone very wise, someone that can see beyond people's masks. And then, you guys are funny. All right, here we go. Report harassment or bullying. This is harassing me. Report. It says, if you believe you're in danger, please reach out to your local law enforcement as I'm reporting this comment. Just so you know, every time you guys get reported, it is being sent to someone that is monitoring you. You might want to stop. Report harassment or bullying. It also, yeah, it's not good for you guys. I don't know why you guys do this to yourselves. It's very bad for you. And somebody just making up stuff. Report. Misinformation. Pardon me as I just clean up the chat here. Tonight is full of these people. Okay, so again, you're a Hierophant. You're sitting in this. You may have Egyptian roots. You may have on your mother's side. And then I'm seeing kind of Greek or Roman on the father's side. And to me, that speaks clearly. I know more about my ancestry and my history now, which this speaks clearly. Also, elephants are here present. And that is something about like long-term memory, like DNA generational memory. You might be walking the path of your ancestors and it's been laid out for you. And you don't even have to remember the road like 100%. It's just as you're walking it, you're going to remember the steps that you need to take. Very cool. So yeah, you're not worried about these people sticking their tongue out. You don't really care. If anything, it's bringing the spotlight and awareness to you. Like you're the center of attention, no matter what. These people are focusing on you. They're giving you their energy. It's all about how you use it. Do you let it get to you? No, I'm not seeing that. Maybe a couple more cards. I'm having fun. This is a good night. Yeah, these comments though, they're funny. Some of these comments aren't showing up for you guys, just so you know. So when I like stop and I'm it's automatically getting hidden by YouTube because it can tell who is posting inappropriate comments, and then it's going to be flagging their channels, and they're going to be having some sleepless nights. I'm hearing that they're not going to be doing well. Yeah, Ten of Swords. They're going to have some Ten of Swords as I'm talking about that. They're betraying themselves. The more that you try and focus, let's say all I do every day is I go out there and I point and I judge at other people. What I'm doing is I'm projecting, and I'm not looking at myself and how I can change. So let's say I see somebody on the street and they're littering every day. Every day this person litters. Same spot, same person. Maybe they start littering more and I just get upset. And I just shouldn't be littering. Duh. It's not going to stop the person from littering. If anything, it's going to encourage them because you're manifesting them littering. And then nobody's doing anything about it. It's just argumentative. It's just fights. It's not conducive. It's just energy clashing with energy. Even if both people have good intent, maybe this person thinks that littering's good. Who knows? Who knows? But what you can do is choose how you react, right? We always talk about this. How do you react to a situation, right? Do you get mad at the person littering? Or do you go and you pick up the litter? Do you set an example? Or do you expect an example? Now, I've been learning more and more and more to expect less and less and less of people so that I get surprised. I get little pleasant surprises. Oh, wow. Let's say you're a person that goes onto somebody's YouTube channel and you do not provide any constructive feedback in the comments. You focus on somebody else's sexuality. That is none of your business. And I'm doing an example here. Somebody said, you need to work on your latent homosexuality. Now, latent, let's get a definition of that. So now somebody's making fake accounts, assuming what my sexuality is, and then telling me I need to work on it. If this upsets me, that's on me. But it obviously upsets them because they are putting enough effort into making fake accounts to come at me about my sexuality. Now, sounds like they might have some latent homosexuality that they need to work on. Could be. Are they potentially homosexuals making fun of other homosexuals? I've been very aware of that happening in this world. Classic example is the church, right? There's a lot of members of the church that'll... Latent. Define latent. Existing in hidden or dormant form, present or capable of living or developing in a host without producing visible symptoms of a disease. A latent virus, a latent infection. Now, if we take that in that context, they might be actually judging homosexuality, which is their prerogative. They can have an opinion if they want to. But if they are throwing that onto someone else, that who knows what stage they are in developing or processing or healing, right? You start throwing your judgments on somebody as they're going through their healing journey. Do you think that's going to benefit them? You think that's really going to help their situation or produce the result that you want? Or are you actually encouraging suicide? Are you encouraging someone hating themselves? There's simple questions to ask yourself. I'm not judging you at this point. I'm just asking questions. So put yourself in the role of a troll or a hater without good intent. If you're just trolling to harm somebody or judge somebody, instead of maybe having... Sometimes people troll for fun. You know, like you make a little comment, makes some people laugh. Ha 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 ha. But if you're just going on there to troll to harm somebody, let's say, because there's like scenarios where maybe you're a comedian and you got some hecklers and some trolls that you can do some crowd work with. Yeah, it could be fun. You can turn that energy into producing more result. But if say you're a heckler, you pay a ticket price. You paid to see a service. You're paying now as the viewer watching this video. You paid with your time. Are you just gonna sit there and just be upset about the time that you're spending on something, or are you gonna move to a different place? Now, if you're a heckler and you go to a comedian show and you pay money just to heckle the comedian, are you the one that needs help, or does the comedian need help? Like, say you're mocking the comedian, you're not funny or whatever. Other people are laughing, other people are enjoying it. Who's the problem? Ask yourself, who is the problem in this situation? So, back to the comments. Let's say somebody's commenting in my video and they're mentioning, one of them was hidden because it was just offensive right away. It was like a bunch of monkeys, and it said, it actually suggested bestiality. Somebody mentioned in the comments of this video and told me to perform bestiality. Now, as a reasonable man, and with the encounters that I've been having lately, I would assume that this is somebody that may be in my near vicinity that's been calling me a monkey. That's what my assumptions would be. And then I would then forward that to the authorities. And then they would potentially be looked at for online and in real time harassment, which is criminal. It's criminal. And you can get charged for that. It's just compiling enough proof. And if they really feel the need to get a warrant and start searching into things, because this is becoming like a continued activity, they will. They might. But that's not my job. My job is just to be me. I would have thought that your job would have been just to be you. That's what I would have thought. So, in regards to that comment about somebody suggesting me to perform bestiality on a monkey, I'm going to have to decline the offer. If you have a monkey that you would like me to perform fellatio on, I'm going to decline. I'm just going to decline right now. I don't need to participate in that. Then I've already got too many bananas. I'm good. You know, I actually don't have any bananas in my house right now that I know of. I haven't gone to buy any. And I don't own a monkey. Don't think it's technically safe. It is 11:11. Man, Luke McMurray, we're at the same time. We have the same time zone. Cool. Just commenting on one of the comments there. So that was one of the lovely... So the comments about the bestiality was from one of our lovely, lovely trolls that seemed to provide me with the most amount of comments, which is kind of funny. They give me the most attention. They give me the most love. Even if it's hate, you know, I can transmute that energy. Who do you think I am? Am I not the Hierophant? Am I not the fool that works with fire in my hand? Freaking a crocodile below me, and I'm just like, nice. USA, USA. Just reading the comments there. Yeah, so then the next comment that I received on this video is kind of, could have been considered personal. So if somebody's assuming my sexuality, either I would assume that they would know me. And why would they be commenting on my channel about my sexuality and my need for reform to my sexuality when this video that we're a part of has no relation, which is a funny word in regards to sexuality, hey? Relations. Has no relation to the topic of the video. Or maybe it does. Maybe this person that has some sort of prejudice or hatred within their heart towards my supposed sexuality. Whatever it is, it's none of your business, because that's a private matter. Unless you were in my privates. Were you a member of my privates? We all must know now, days even, if no one needs to know. I don't know how to process your comment there, Luke Murray. That was me verbatim reading your comment. I actually don't know what that means. We all must know now, days, even if no one needs to know. Yeah, I don't know what that means, man. You might want to reword that. But back to the comment. So somebody says I need to work on my latent homosexuality. Do you want to help me? Are you offering to help me with my latent homosexuality? Watching the comments. This is funny to me. Do you want to help? Are you offering me help? If you're saying I need to work on it, do you have any tips? No. No, you're just going to get reported to the authorities for bullying and harassment. YouTube will ban your channel. They'll find out your accounts. They'll find your IP address. And then eventually you might actually have somebody come to your house and say, hey, you need to stop doing this activity. Because it's technically a crime because you signed an agreement and you're breaching the contract and the agreement that you signed when you made the account. And if you continue to make fake accounts, then you might be doing a different kind of crime. Now, say I was homosexual. Let's just say for the topic. Is it a problem? Is it a problem that I'm homosexual? Why is it a problem to you? Why would it be a problem to you? What if I was bisexual? Why is it a problem to you that I enjoy my sexuality or have had enjoyment or would like to enjoy my sexuality? Unless you, the viewer commenting hatred, would like to participate with me sexually. Maybe you're upset that I'm homosexual and you can't be with me, or is that the problem? These are the kind of questions that go in my head, and then that might be why the hangman is in reverse, because sometimes we just need to get out of our head. You can think about these things all day long. It doesn't bug me. It's not going to stop me from sleeping. It's giving me something to work with, just like a comedian might. Like, I was going to stop at an hour, but we're almost at 2 hours of this video now. I'm just shuffling cards in my hands. I'm just having a good time. Drinking my tea. Minding my own business, but it seems like other people can't mind their own. Now, are we talking about criminal harassment here? Because this is becoming a point where either you personally know me if you're saying I'm a latent homosexual, or you're now assuming my sexuality, and then you're assuming that it to be an incorrect thing. We used to be able to get away with that, but it's coming to a time where you have to respect other people, right? It's just about respect. Like, I didn't come onto your page, literally, I didn't come onto your page. I didn't go to your YouTube channel and start saying weird things with fake accounts, did I? No. So you must have a vested interest in me. Oh, well, thank you. That might mean I'm valuable. I really don't get, though. I don't see your point. Yeah, haters. You need more haterade. You need to drink up. Because I'm just going to keep being successful no matter what. Just like my viewers who love me. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you might be forced to choose preferences and stuff, but that's based on the idea of, like, stereotypes and stuff. Homosexuality is very old. It's very old. In some militaries it was banned. In other militaries it was just discouraged. If I was homosexual, is my homosexuality hurting you or anyone? If I was. If my, like, it is what it is. I mean, like, you can use anything to be a trend. Yeah, exactly. It is a private matter. Like Luke McMurray is putting in the comments, I don't need to know. Yeah, nobody needs to know what your sexuality is. Unless you're trying to set boundaries, or you're in a place that might be sexually ambiguous, or you're maybe at a pub or a bar or something and people kind of look for that kind of intimacy, then yeah, it might be appropriate. But if you're going onto somebody's YouTube channel and you're commenting on their sexuality, you might be a discriminator, a hater. You might be someone that is harboring resentment. Maybe you might have parts of yourself that you don't fully accept and embrace. And you might be holding someone to past experiences. Yeah, I mean, like, whatever. I don't care. We're onto Oracle cards now. We had a good reading, though. That was kind of fun. Little tangents are nice. Barn Owl. You're wise. You've been working on a little nest egg, I'm seeing, with the beaver here. Make manifest. And listen for spirit. You've been waiting for the cues. You've been listening to the music and the song that is in nature and in spirit around you. And you've been working diligently, day and night. Beavers work very hard, day and night, to make a home that's protected and sheltered. For all of your little intricacies, I see a feather, I see a candle, I see roses and crystals. Make manifest. You could be doing manifestation techniques with candles and your crystals, and by being in nature and finding feathers. I have found a feather recently. Finding feathers. And listen for spirit. So there's a song always playing, and it has a beat, and it goes to the rhythm of your heart. As you listen to your heart, you can act upon the increased rhythm and the beat, or you can change the pace by doing breathing techniques. I'm also saying you have knowledge, you have a scroll, you have something that people want, and only you can deliver it to them. My jaw needs a little bit of a massage, I'll be honest. Oh, a skunk. Spotted skunk. Stand up for yourself. I'm seeing that you have been standing up for yourself, and you've been manifesting that as well. Like, the need to stand up for yourself is there to protect your manifestations. Key into wisdom. Key into wisdom. So this is tapped into you. Key into it. You have to open the door. I'm hearing that with a key. If you have a key, you open a door. You open up a chest. This wisdom that is attached to you or around you or near you can be unlocked with a key that you do have. It's another owl. So your eyes are you have a great perception. You might see things that are in or out of detail, in and out of place. Key into wisdom. So lock in to wisdom. Key in, lock in to wisdom, or unlock the wisdom that is within you. You're very stoic. You may have Roman roots. It's funny. It was a weird day, but it was kind of a good day. There's that listen for spirit again. Another owl. Opening your wings, both owls. Opening your wings. You're going to be setting forth on a journey. You're going to be, you're in a pedestal position, but you're going to be launching from that now. You've opened up your heart, and as you open up your heart, you're able to move forward to what is actually being manifested from spirit. Shapeshift, the red fox. Really cool. I'm seeing you may be able to blend into multiple environments around you with the shapeshift. I'm seeing that you are able to see also those that shapeshift. And sometimes I'm hearing skinwalker or whatever that is, like freaking like dogs that like stand up randomly. Skinwalker. I'm pretty sure it's called a skinwalker. It's like this, like they have the El Chupacabra. They also have skinwalkers kind of thing. Like it's like one of those like mystical. It is real, but there isn't proof kind of thing. Yeah, you're able to manifest in different kinds of environments. I'm hearing you're able to shapeshift. You're someone that can take on many roles. Everything is connected. See, and as you go from one branch to another branch, you are developing an intricacy that only you can navigate. So this spider here is able to move from one branch to another, while others might get stuck in this web that you've created. But you have just the right footing, you're very nimble, and you've actually been designing this. So this may have taken you a while. It takes a while to make a web, and you've been going from branch to branch. So this could be in branches of government. You may be learning different branches of law. Change your perspective. This has changed your perspective, going from branch to branch and working on this. My mustache is growing so much faster than it used to. My facial hair. It's crazy. Okay. As the haters leave, you make room for the lovers. Those that love you are the only ones that matter. Raven, align your inner compass. I'm seeing that as you align with yourself, who you truly are, opening that wisdom, key into wisdom, the wisdom that is inside you or around you is going to tap you into the direction that you need to go. Align your inner compass. So now you're processing the information that you've been digesting from branch to branch. You've created a web, an intricate web, very well designed, that you're now you're able to align to a direction, a purpose, after gaining all this knowledge. And because you worked in so many different environments and one branch to another branch, you're able to shapeshift. So with that skill, you're able to blend in, let's say. You go to one environment, it's very business-like. You have the clothes for that. You go to another environment, it's casual. You got the clothes for that. You got the mentality for that. High stress, you're good. Low stress, you're good. You're funny, you're serious. You can be sad, you can have empathy. Honor lineage. This is something that has been a part of your, this may have taken many lifetimes for you to get to. And you're going to want to honor that. You're going to want to give thanks, being grateful for the DNA that you possess, that only you have this road before you, which you're being led to by those ancestors that are inside of you, in your DNA, speaking with you. Tap into spirit. Listen. Open your heart. Transcend yourself. So you're going to be ascending to a new height. Transcend yourself. Honor lineage and transcend yourself. So as you honor yourself, as you intricately weave a web from one branch to another, as you blend into different environments, you're going to transcend what you even thought was capable of yourself. You're going to move to a whole new position in life. You may have not even been able to see where you're going because you were so, see how those elephants were their head maybe blocked by the elephant before them? They might not always see where they're going, but there's one at the front that can see where it's going, and that could be one of your ancestors guiding you. Grow your truth. I'm seeing Kundalini. I'm seeing Kundalini energy. I'm seeing chakra power. I'm seeing the spine, the vertebrae. I'm also seeing the caduceus. Now, this could be that you're moving into a position in the medical field. You may become a chiropractor. You may help people with their spine or their sacral fluid and their chakras. You may be someone that is looked to as having shed many skins and embraced your true path and destiny. This is what's meant for you. Something about the medical industry here. You might be a medical mystery. I'm hearing that as well. You might be a medical mystery. You might help solve other things that's been going on. Back to the shapeshift. And with the snake, you see the colors. You're able to shed your skin rather rapidly to blend into the environment that is necessary. Again, everything is connected. So it's all been a part of this greater journey. You'll look back at it one day and you'll be like, oh, wow, that's why I was there. That's why this happened. That's why I met that person. That's why I had to lose that job or lose that opportunity. It might not have been a loss. It might have been a gain. Which is changing your perspective, right? It might not have been a loss. It might have been a gain. Everything is connected. You're supposed to go through what you just went through. It wasn't a mistake. Nothing is a mistake. Everything is happening in divine timing. It's supposed to happen this way. Don't be overly critical. Sync with the cycles. Don't be overly critical. You are worthy. Don't be overly critical. You are worthy. Sync with the cycles. Okay? You may not be that ferocious cat that you used to be in those previous lifetimes when you had to defend yourself all day long, every day. But now, you're someone that is seen as royalty, to be pampered, to be loved, to be given proper care. You're seen as someone to have a nice, relaxed, comfort. You're seen as royalty. These are both purple. Sync with the cycles, though. So that means moon cycles. That means rhythms, cycles. Maybe getting a bicycle. You might be doing more bicycling. That might help you get in sync with the cycles. And then know your song. Know your song, okay? Get creative and know your song. So this is encouraging you to go out there and then focus on your creative passions. Now, that might be making a song, like it says, know your song. Or this could simply be know your part to play in a song and the roles around you. Okay? Not every instrument is playing all the time in a song. Sometimes if everybody's playing, it's too noisy, it's too muddy, no sound can be even heard, even though there's the most sound. It says, Remember forgetting and deal with the dirt. So you may have some stuff that's cluttering your mind that you have to deal with and process with. It might be that you're remembering it, forgetting it, remembering it, forgetting it. This could be clutter in your home, causing some memory issues. You might just want to clean up, deal with the dirt. Yeah, get creative. And being creative, your creation is going to increase as you clean up. Navigate life with determination. You see this red salmon? They should have actually put the symbol on this for it being an endangered animal, because this salmon is not producing as much as it used to. But it says navigate life with determination. At the very end of their life cycles, they have to give the most effort to get where they're going. It wasn't the beginning of the journey, it's the very end, right before they hatch their spawn, right before they lay eggs and then fertilize eggs. That is the hardest part of the journey. So you might be just, excuse me, you might be just at the end of a cycle, but it might be a very hard ending. But you're going to be dealing with this with determination. Navigate life with determination. I'm seeing the aurora borealis. That might be significant to you. And then get creative again. So we're going to shuffle this, and then we're going to pull from the magic of threes, okay? Now, if you'd like your private questions answered, if you'd like a reading, I've made it very easy for you to have a reading booked for you. All you got to do is go in the description box of the video and email. The email's attached. And then we'll go over payment. We'll talk about how long the session will be. We'll talk about everything. But what I need from you, if you'd like your questions answered, is to email me. Okay? Thank you very much. We're not going to be doing questions in this video. The only question I have is for you. I will not be answering questions. I'll only be asking them in this video. One last shuffle, and then we're going to do the magic of threes. Okay, magic of threes. Here we go. First card. Now, this is purely random. I don't know what these are. And then we're going to go on a reading. So magic of threes. This is going to be the last card. Wonderful. First card out. Gray wolf. And it's 3 wolves. Gray wolf. And it's 3 wolves in a woven basket. It's a beautiful basket. And you can see it's being woven as they howl at the moon. So what I'm seeing is as you connect with nature, and there's the aurora borealis in this picture again, it says nurture connections. Now, this basket couldn't be woven without being connected to other parts of itself and different material. So I'm seeing the creation that is being made with you potentially at the center, and maybe with another person and maybe an infant. I'm seeing 3 here. You may be nurturing connections now, or are encouraged to nurture connections, because it takes multiple segments of different fabrics to create the greater the word that I want. It's a basket. So they're being woven into this basket. Now, the basket wouldn't be made by just one strand. You can't just pick one piece of plant and make a whole basket of it. It's a nurture connection. So your dream, what's encompassing you, what is going to be carrying you, because it's a basket, what's going to be carrying you forward is nurturing connections so that you can have a whole. You may be strong on yourself, by yourself. One hair may be strong. But if I wanted to, if I really wanted to, I could snap one hair, right? I'm going to get this cut soon anyway, so There, I snapped it. That was really bad for my hair, but I did it anyways. This is like 2 or 3 hairs. It was kind of difficult, 2 hairs. But if it was 1 hair, it'd be easier. If I tried to do that with a whole bunch of hair, I would meet resistance. Okay? So I'm hearing stronger in numbers. Your manifestation, whatever you are hoping to carry you through from one part of your journey to the other, is going to be stronger by nurturing connections, okay? You may have been strong on your own. You may have felt like you've had to do it all on your own, but it's going to require teamwork, communication, and community. It's hard to do everything alone, okay? You can do a lot, but everything, it's very hard. But you see, if I tried to snap this, it's much stronger. I can't do that. I can't just rip this in half because all of these hairs are working together in unison, okay? But if I were to isolate, and that's what they love to do when they try and pick on somebody, is they isolate them to make them weaker. They separate them from the pack. And then when you get one little hair, they snap. But I'm also seeing that if you were separated, people have seen your strength. You may have been that wolf that was separated from the pack and it was testing you. But now you're going to be put into connections. That's what this first card here, it says nurture connections. That was a lot from one card. That was a big intuitive reading there. Whoa. What do we got? Navigate life with determination. Didn't that come out earlier? Red salmon. This may seem like an uphill battle. Not everyone's going to make it. Not everyone's going to make it. And you know what? It's going to feed the others around. Like the bears eat the salmon that don't quite make it and the ones that do make it. But I'm seeing not everyone was made for this journey. And even the ones that were made for it didn't always make it. But you're going to be making it. There's one last big push. There's one last big climb. That's what I'm seeing in this present. You're moving towards that. But working with others is going to help you get over that. And what's on the other side of that? That's when you spawn. That's when you make. That's when you create. So there's one last push. There's one last hurdle I'm hearing. And this was the first card. And this is page number 2-3. So I'm hearing 1, 2, 3. You might be getting plunged into something really fast, but other people are going to be there to help you, okay? Navigate life with determination. So purple is nurture connections. It's your crown. You're going to empower your sovereignty by being with other sovereigns. Also, working with the moon cycles and nature is going to be very important. And the moon cycle is very important with the fertility cycle of fish and the movement and flow of fish. The moon is very important. So this is all divinely orchestrated. It's timed out perfectly. You may think you're late. You may think, oh, I'm not quite where I want to be. You're exactly where you need to be. I'm here to remind you, you're exactly where you are supposed to be. There's no reason for you to think that you're too slow or too fast, too early, because nature is dictating your progression here. Finally, I have yet to see this in a reading. Delight in daring. The 5-lined skink. My goodness, I haven't even read this in a long time. You see how many predators there are? You see how many people have tried to eat you up? I might actually read from the book for this one. But what I'm seeing is navigate life with determination. You're gonna be conquering several, like 4 or more attempts on your life. This may have already happened or is part of the journey, but they're going to be unsuccessful. There's going to be 4 attempts on your life from very strong predators. It's going to be unsuccessful. And you see, the skink doesn't really look frightened. I'm going to read from the book for this. This one I haven't pulled. The bestiary. That's where we're going. We're going into Maya Toll's bestiary. All right, page 139. 5-lined skink, Plestiodon fasciatus. It says delight in daring, and this is the artwork in large. All right. I like how I'm peeking around the book there. 5-lined skink is an adrenaline junkie, the Evel Knievel of the lizard world. This speed demon flashes his bright blue tail, baiting hawks and snakes. Catch me if you can. Skink thrills, diving into a crevice. Skink knows he's super fast, but that's not why he baits the big boys. His superpower is beyond speed. Skink can lose his tail and live, so he flicks it around like a bright blue flag and then scurries for the shadows, cackling as he goes. Skink reminds you to delight in daring, that to really live, you have to be willing to risk your tail. It says release regret and growing through loss. So you may, in the past, have lost friends or family. You may have lost connections that you had nurtured. That's what I'm hearing with this card. Because we had nurture connections and navigate life with determination. And the fish, the salmon, not all of them make it. The wolves, they're howling at the moon. They could be grieving. They could be in sorrow. These people, they could have been part of your basket. And they were a part of the greater journey that wove whatever it is to bring you to your next portion of the journey. But it looks like you're going to be so strong, so fast, so courageous, so daring, and kind of smart with it that you may be baiting larger predators. And this is going to bring them out of their safety. That's what I'm hearing. While you scurry off. Because you're not regretting losing. You are willing to lose your tail. You're willing to bet your bottom dollar, I'm hearing. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. I'm hearing that. 5-lined skink, and 5 is the number of change. Okay. Another blue for throat chakra. You may be baiting people with your words. And actually, like, come on, bring it, bring it. And I'm wearing blue right now, too, so that's kind of fun. That's our reading today. 2 hours. That was, like, way more than what I thought. I don't know. Don't know where time went, but it's going to be a big day tomorrow. I got frickin' legal paperwork to go over. I got meetings to address. I got some physical exercise I got to maintain. And then I still got to eat. I still got to feed myself, you know? And then, what is it, Valentine's Day the next day? The 14th or is the 15th? I think it's the 14th is Valentine's Day. Pretty dang sure. What is it? Yeah. I got a haircut coming up too, so that'll be cool. Yeah, beautiful day. Tomorrow I gotta file a form and then set a court date that I am intending to set. And then I can look into even filing more court dates with people. I might be baiting some predators. Yeah. It's gonna be a busy week. I know that. Well, this has been Lights Out Tarot. If you've enjoyed this video, if you've enjoyed it's purely entertainment, by the way. It may be educational at some points, but for the most part, it's entertainment, okay? I'm just a man. I'm just a simple man, all right? Try not to judge me too hard, okay? I am entitled to make mistakes here and there. If I don't give you the reading that you like, you might just want to move over to a different reading, to a different person. But I've enjoyed my time with you. So, for all you lovers out there, sending you love. For all you haters out there, you might need to go drink, 'cause you be thirsty. I got some haterade for you, and it's gonna quench that thirst. Don't you know, every time you click on my video, you encourage my views. Every time you comment on my video, even if it's derogatory, you encourage my views. Thank you very much. Shout out to all those followers that have subscribed before. Subscribers. YouTube's got different terminology. Okay, shout out to all you returning subscribers and all you new subscribers. Welcome. Welcome to the collective. This is a party up in here. We might get serious here and there, but we like to leave it on a nice light note. Okay? Tarot doesn't have to be scary. Tarot doesn't have to curse your world, or it's not. It's randomly generated cards that may consequentially be very similar to instances that you go through, but your brain is capable of wrapping your own circumstances around the world or the cards. Okay, your brain is very smart, and if you want the cards to fit, you can sometimes make the cards fit, which can actually interrupt your life. But if you're not forcing it and it just resonates and it sounds good and it feels right, even if it's like kind of negative, but it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Da, da, da. That's probably more intuition there. But if you're like having a tough time and you're like really not enjoying the reading, I would tell you to like move on. You can still hit that like button, but you should move on. Maybe find something else that's a little bit more suitable for you. Because I know for me, watching tarot in the past, some of these videos, I was like, my goodness, who's going to jail? Who's dying? What's happening? All this crazy stuff. It's part of life, you know. Try not to worry. That's a big thing. Worry begets worry. If you live by the sword, you die by the sword. That's another saying as well. So all you haters out there, all that's going to happen to you is you're going to receive what you're putting out. Unfortunately, I can't deal with your karma. That's not my karma. So my karma is how I respond to you. And what I would do is I'd challenge you to ask yourself the question. Now, very simple. If you'd like a private reading, if you'd like my insight and my knowledge and my time, it comes at a fee, it comes at a cost. And I'm not overly charging. It's relatively fair. Okay? I'd say maybe $30 for 40 minutes is pretty fair for this kind of activity. And that's through mobile. That'd be through like Zoom or some sort of other social media platform. But payment will be done upfront. I know I'll have to confirm payment before we go forward with a reading. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel for more content that is free of charge, do so. If you like the video, hit that like button. If you don't like the video, hit the dislike button. Who cares? It's crazy how many haters aren't. They're making weird comments on my stuff, but they're not actually hitting that dislike button. I don't really understand them, but they do what they do. It doesn't show up anymore, the numbers. It shows up in the analytics, but it doesn't show up on the page. Because they're trying to promote, hopefully in the world, we're trying to promote a world of positivity. Like, you can have a difference of opinion, but it doesn't mean you need to go out there and start hating or like doing criminal activity or like threatening people. It's not necessary. Unless they're harming people. Like if you see somebody harming someone, you should probably intervene. I would recommend it. Unless your life would personally be put at jeopardy, and then it's up to you to decide whether or not you want to interfere. But for the most part, like, it's encouraged that you stop people from harming others, right? Generally. So enough of that. The tea that I was drinking tonight was green tea. Yeah, and then I played some music. My guitar was tuned to 432 hertz. That's good for you. And we're working on more content. I might not be posting every day now, like I was for a time, but for the most part, I try and do like a little YouTube short or something. We got the runes. Just pull another one here. Oh, this is God's rune. This is the rune of, what did they call it? The unknown? I think it's the unknown or something. The unknowable. That's the unknowable rune. Oh, ominous. What's going to happen? Well, I don't know. God knows. God knows. Any other formalities? Don't forget to breathe. Drink water. Love yourself. Don't let the haters bite. This is B. Propolis. Kanadistan. That's funny. I hang out with the Muslims in Canada, and I hang out with the Sikh people in Canada. I don't really have a problem with other cultures. Not saying that you do, but I don't. I don't have a problem with other cultures. I like to learn about them, and I like learning about Aramaic and like the old languages, because that's what a lot of the original texts were written in. I mean, the Bible was written in Hebrew, but also Aramaic. Jesus spoke Aramaic, and Jesus would say God, and he would talk about God, but he would say Allah, because that's Aramaic. That was the root language that he would speak. So when he would talk about God, or even saying that he was the son of God, he would say, I'm the son of Allah. It's kind of cool. But we see God now in English language. I'm going off on a tangent because of the comment I'm reading there. It says, be safe up in Kanadistan. That's not the first time I've heard that. Predominantly, majority-wise, they call it minorities, but they're not minorities anymore. I believe, like East Indians and people from India, which is Asian. There's more Asians in this country, right? There's a lot of them. I don't know the proportion statistically because I don't take censuses, and I'm not the one that organizes statistics. But I would guess there's more Asians now. It's like probably an even number of Asians to Caucasians, and probably less African Americans. Yeah. Breathing's good for your prana. Just in comment, replying comment for Luke McMurray. Breathing in, you're literally breathing in power and source and energy. If you really think about it, it's not just like oxygen, H2O. You're breathing in what makes you live. You're breathing in what makes the trees have a purpose in life. The trees made you oxygen from your waste. It's insane. This whole world, supposedly, based on the science, is just interconnected too. So everything is connected. When you hurt someone else, you're hurting yourself. Even if it's a darker reflection of yourself, which sometimes we need to kill those darker portions of ourselves. Not advocating harming anyone. But what I'm saying is that if you're out there and you're go on somebody's YouTube page and start posting negative comments, you just might want to look in the mirror, because there's something inside you that's just not right. Okay? But if you're posting good comments and you're saying, hey, da 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 da, you probably love yourself. You probably actually accept who you are and are willing to grow and change. But not everyone's at a point in their life where they're willing to grow and change and do better. That's their prerogative. I think sometimes we're splitting from our old self, and then during that time that we leave the old ways, there's going to be backlash. There's going to be fighting. Once they realize they can't do anything with you, they're just going to try and steal your energy. Whatever. If you're with God, you got all the energy in the world. You know, God loves homosexuals. God doesn't hate homosexuals. God doesn't hate Hindus. God doesn't hate Chinese people. God doesn't hate dogs. God doesn't hate cats. God doesn't hate this tree. God doesn't hate that tree. You know, God made polar bears. God made stinging nettle. God made Amanita muscaria. God made homosexuals. He did. You know, it might not be the normal thing based on biology and like the cycle of reproduction. It doesn't mean he doesn't love them. You know, he just might tell you that it's against basically your design. He might tell you that it's counterintuitive for producing humans. And technically when you say you're born into sin, you might be, if you ever looked at a calculator, you have co and you have sine, right? You have co and you have sin on your calculator. Sine wave. If you really look up sine wave, and I'll do it right now. If you look up sine wave, you were born into sine wave. Sine wave. We were all born into sin. Trigonomic function It's the ebb and flow. If you look at your heartbeat is a sine wave. It goes bloop, 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 bloop. We were all born into sin. Bloop, bloop. Right? It's mathematics. God is math. God is the alphabet. Alpha. God is the alpha and the omega. Alpha, bet. God is everything. So when you hate one thing, you're hating a portion of God. Now, when God is ready, God will change the world to do what God sees fit. Okay? It's not up to your human mind, your simple human mind, which was created by God, to understand everything. You may like to try, but you will never understand everything. Could you make this? Could you make this feather? This might seem very simple to God. What you can make is things from it. You can admire it and you can copy it, but can you make this? Could you make this? You might be able to produce a chicken that makes this, but you didn't make the chicken. You're just helping the process. You're just a part of a greater musical symphony, an orchestra. The angels in heaven are playing music, and you're one of those notes. Can you make this? No, you can't make this. You could never make this. Even the raven doesn't make this. It's its DNA that makes it. The raven didn't say this is how long it's going to be. Its DNA said that. And who made the DNA? Who is the original coder? The master programmer. The one that made this supposed simulation. Who is the one that coded everything? Now, if you were a computer coder, you could probably mimic this because you've seen it with your brain. But unless you have creativity, which is often divinely inspired, you wouldn't be able to see anything in your brain. Now, who made your brain? So that you could see images inside your head and then project them onto a piece of paper or into numbers so you can put it in a computer and then represent it digitally. You didn't make that brain. Who made the brain? Who made the semen? Who made the spinal column? Who made your muscles? Who made your bones? You didn't make it. You helped, maybe, but you didn't go down there and physically chisel away your structure. No, you're just co-creating. You're not the creator. You're definitely not the creator. You're co-creating. You're part of creation. You're wonderful. You're beautiful. Doesn't make you any less that you can't make this, because you weren't made to make this. You were made to be you. No one else can do that. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't it wonderful that there's only you? Like you? And then what happens if people try and be you? They become imitators. Copycats. And that might be a form of flattery. Like, I'm sure God gets flattered when you imitate making his creation. But he probably laughs at you because of how simple you've produced it. You know the mathematics that went into designing this wing, that it produces the kind of weight and resistance to wind? It's insane. Like the breeze that comes off this little tiny, and then you make a fan out of paper and you do it, and it's not even the same as this little tiny feather. Just the way that this cuts the wind, the way that you could make an arrow fly straight by fletching it properly with feathers, that you can use this to write with and become a quill. Like, yeah, you might create with it, but you didn't create the original. It's like taking somebody else's song and saying, I made this song. You didn't make the song. You remixed it. You covered it. You covered it. You copied it. You covered it. My goodness. So, when you are able to create your own, even the music that we make, even if you make your own song, It's probably already been made in structure and form because it's mathematics. There's timing and signatures, a signature, and there are only a limited amount of keys, especially because your ear can only hear so much. So even if you made a new sound, you wouldn't even be able to hear it because God's like, nope, that's not in your programming. I don't allow that. The other animals might hear it, like a dog whistle, you know? But if you were to add a dog whistle to your song, you think people are like, oh man, that dog whistle part was really hitting it. No, because they can't hear it. Even if you made a new sound, it wouldn't be able to be heard. Okay? God is allowing you to do everything for lessons. Okay? It's part of God. So all your hardships, all your struggle is God coming close to you and teaching you and holding your hand and walking you through lesson after lesson after lesson. This is so soft and smooth, yet brittle. It's strong and flexible when it needs to be. So cool. I couldn't make this. I couldn't even think about the idea of making this. Imagine you try and you look at a bird. Imagine looking at a chicken without any of its feathers and be like, know what it needs? It needs this amount of feathers, this color, this length, so that it can fly properly to go from this place to that place. Imagine a raven without feathers. Know how ugly that thing would look? It'd look like a skeleton, first and foremost. It'd probably be like a hairless cat kind of look, and it wouldn't be able to do its job. Now look at your body. All the things that are attached to your body, you have everything that you need already to do everything that you're supposed to do. So all these other things that you have in your world, the cell phone, this computer, all these other things, we've created this so that we can do an unnatural thing, so that we can continue. We're stepping further away from God the more that we attempt to create and manufacture. It's insane, but we're also working with God too, because this is a lesson. So it's crazy to think about, like, you don't need this. Were you born with a phone? No. No, you weren't. And we were probably not always born in cold climates. So we've had to use God's creation to protect ourselves from the environments that we're not even supposed to be living in. So our physical structure, our bodies, some people are hairier than others and they might withstand cold temperatures a little bit better. But we're not all supposed to be living in colder climates and stuff. This is kind of a natural. We're probably supposed to be somewhere in Africa or something warm where we don't need a whole lot of clothing. Or the world itself was in a different state when we were first created, where it was more hospitable for us. Right? It's crazy to think about. But we've had to use other animals' skin and hair to protect ourselves until we were able to chemically synthesize in a laboratory that we manufactured synthetic, which is not real, fabrics that mimic real fabrics so that we can live in unnatural lifestyles. You know how insane that sounds? That sounds like mental illness. Sounds like I want to go to the most hospitable place in the world, but that's also challenging God's creation, right? Which is kind of cool, but it's also like, why do you need to challenge God? But we've all come to this point for a reason. We're here for a reason. It's for the greater good. There's a reason. Why do we make this computer? Is it so that we could finally understand that we are a part of God in creation? So that we can eventually walk away from it and then have one less addiction and conquer one more devil? Maybe. But this is kind of a whole nother tangent. It's like 30 minutes of me talking about just a feather and how that went. But yeah, there's levels to this stuff. I'm not going to tell you everything. I don't know everything, but I know what I know. And what I know is that I didn't make that feather. I didn't make this skin. When I break my skin, I don't make it. It's not me that's making more skin. I didn't make this body. My mom and my dad didn't even make this body. They helped, but they didn't make it because they didn't make their insides. Somebody else made that. Who made the first human? It always goes back to the chicken or the egg, right? Such a simple question. What came first, the chicken or the egg? I don't know. All right. Have a good night.